What's up, guys? I want to make this video about some flights that I'm looking for right now. Um, Let me go back to where all my stuff is. I have a lot of tabs. So I've been looking most of the day for, and I have to fly this weekend, which is unexpected and fine, but usually it's difficult to find flights at the last minute. So, but I found something fairly decent compared to what I've been looking at for the last few hours. So I thought I would show you how I did it. And by all means, you don't need to spend as much time as I did. I forgot about this trick, and then I just remembered it, and it worked. So I'm going from Bangkok to Cancun, and it's across the world, and it's pretty last minute. So I'm flying in 5 days, and all the stuff that shows up is basically when I search in Kiwi or when I search in Kayak or when I search Vayama or anything that I use. Usually, it's about $750. More or less. Now there's a few tricks that we've tried to. I called my buddy Jace. We had a quick look for things. There's a few tricks that you can use, and this is kind of how it would work. So obviously you can go anywhere and search Bangkok to Cancun. We found something that was okay for it was like $800 on Google Flights or something like that. And the route is relatively important to me. I mean, ideally, I wanted to go without going to the States because that's always annoying. And you can go via Seoul, which is here in Korea, or Shanghai, or what was the other one? I think Tokyo, maybe. But those options, you can go like straight to Mexico City, but those options were about $1,000, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. I just have a whole thing about not paying that much for flights, so. I don't have any miles. I don't really do miles. I probably should, but I don't. If you're American, you need to do miles. Like, get onto it. I'm not, so it's a lot more difficult for me. This one here was pretty cheap, and it's actually one of the cheapest. You can go in Eurowings from Bangkok to Cologne, Cologne to Munich, Munich to Cancun. However, there are two 12-hour flights there, and I just don't really want to deal with that. But it's possible, right? That's still a pretty good option. That would probably be my preferred option had I not done this thing that I'm about to show you. So, that's not it. And no, there's that. Where is it? Okay, so I went to Skyscanner and I typed in, I wonder if I can probably do it again. I probably can. I went like this. Bangkok to the United States because, or actually, yeah, let's go. You can do everywhere. Sometimes I do everywhere, but I did the United States because I know that I'm probably gonna have to go. After all my looking, I was like, probably have to go to the States. So if I just go anywhere in the States, it's gonna show me the cheapest place to stop in the United States. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because not because I want to go to like Las Vegas or Houston or anywhere. I don't really care where I go. I'm not going to use. So I know that every flight that goes to the States has to stop in like LA or San Francisco almost 100% of the time. So I know that's probably going to stop in LA. In Los Angeles, I have to pick up my luggage. So it doesn't really matter about anything because I got to take all my luggage, check back in, get on the next flight anyway. So I'm going to have my luggage in the United States in LA. And I don't need, so this is basically just a really cheap way for me to get to LA. Now, if I just search Bangkok to LA, it's going to make me pay like, I don't know, like $600 or something. But if I search Bangkok to the United States, it's going to give me a cheaper flight to somewhere that's not LA, but it will stop in LA. Do you follow me? So right now I'm going to click on this link. Las Vegas, I can go for $386 one way, which is really cheap. Now, it stops in Hong Kong and it stops in LA. Boom, and it's like half the price of anything else. So, that one's gross. So, it's like one of the faster flights. There's still 2 stops, but for me, I'm doing the air quotes now. For me, there's only 1 stop, and it's in Hong Kong, because by the time I get to LA, I don't need to take that next flight, so I'm just in LA. So my next thing after this, so I'm going to book this, and my next job, and I should check this before I book it, is to see how much a flight is to Cancun from LA on that day. And there's a 2-hour, there'll be a 2-hour layover, which I'm hoping is enough. That's probably the absolute minimum of what I'd recommend, and I am a little bit freaked out about it, but I'm going to do it. There's a 2-hour layover in LA, and then I can get a flight to Cancun, which is $200. So I'm paying $586 to go one way to Cancun, which is completely on the other side of the world, in 5 days. So I was pretty happy with that, and that's just one of the tricks that I wanted to show you. So again, I'm going to stop. I'm going from Bangkok to Hong Kong to LA. I'm going to literally just not take that next flight because all my luggage will be with me in LA anyway. I've got to take it out in LA and recheck in. So instead of rechecking in, I'm going to check in for a different flight. I'm going to buy a separate flight from there to Cancun. So for a total of, I think it might have been, it's about $600 for that flight, for the whole thing. So that's the cheapest that I found. Yes, I could go, if I look at the total flight time, it's this plus 6 for less than, so that's less than 30 hours. And if I go back to this, it's 41 hours. So I am more happy to pay the extra, or no way, I'm still saving money. So I'm going to the States, which is a bit annoying, but I'm still saving money, and I don't have to travel for the extra 10 hours, which is totally worth it for me. So that is one example of flight hacking. If you enjoyed it, please check out nomadfly.me. There's a book I wrote on it, and there's a bunch of other hacks in that book. And think about joining the Nomadfly online course as well, which is lots of examples and videos just like this of how to flight hack.